Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and I'm just going to be updating you actually guys on some more current transfer rumours. Now apparently reports are stemming, it's in a couple of media outlets that I've just been looking at some more transfers that Manchester United, Jose Mourinho, apparently the press are reporting, has sent scouts to watch Niaingolan from Roma, a player presumably we was actually interested in during the August window, but apparently now I think Jose Mourinho's a big admirer of the player, and he's sent scouts to go maybe watch a numerous of players, but I think to watch Radja Niaingolan as well. And looking at he could, in our eyes, be a long-term replacement for Michael Carrick, who has been at the club now 13 years and he's won every single domestic cup. We know he's not going to be first choice; he's just going to be used as a backup option. He's Michael Carrick, and he has been influenced Manchester United, but could he be potentially a long-term replacement for Michael Carrick called Radja Niaingolan? But looking at, he's a very, very good midfielder. He's a very, very good dynamic box-to-box player as well. And I've got his stats up here from last season, especially 1,509 passes, 57 tackles, won. He had 90 shots, 68 chances created, and he scored 11 goals last season. And he provided 5 assists, did Radja Niaingolan. So apparently Manchester United have showed an interest in him. Niaingolan actually his boxes, is similar to Matic and Pogba in a way with his style of play. He's a Radja Niaingolan. He could be a long-term replacement for Michael Carrick, could Radja Niaingolan for Roma as well. But he is a very, very good player, of what I've seen of him. I'm just going to have a look at a bit more of his stats. He's a very, very good player. I think I updated you on one of my videos. I think it was in the sometime in August, as I did update you on that in August. Very, very good dynamic box-to-box player. He's Radja Niaingolan. As I said, got him up here. Yeah, but I just really like him. So far this season he's made 4 starts in this area for Roma. He's scored 1 goal. His shot accuracy is 33%. His pass accuracy is very, very good as well. He's Radja Niaingolan. So he's made 4 starts this season, and he has scored 1 goal in the process as well as Radja Niaingolan. But yeah, he's only young, so could he be a long-term replacement for Michael Carrick at Manchester United? Radja Niaingolan as well. He spent most of his career in Italy anyway. Yeah, so Radja Niaingolan, Roma, since Roma in 2014, he's been at Roma since 2014, so this is his 4th season in process. He's made 110 appearances, scored 24 goals. He's been at Calarang in the past. There's been another team which I can't pronounce correctly. But yeah, very, very good player. He's one of the best, he's one of the best midfielders, in Europe. His ability, he's offensive, he's very, very good attacking, he's very, very good defensive, he's quick, he's dynamic, he's hard working, he's physically strong, his versatility is very, very good as well. He can play in numerous positions, as I said. His attacking is very, very good, as I said, very, very good on the ball. His pace is very, very good, his energy, his dribbling's very, very good, and he's an advanced playmaker. His stamina is fantastic, he's aggressive tackler. And yeah, he can play in numerous positions. Can the player, very, very good player all around. But all in all, for Roma, he has actually made 165 appearances and scored 28 goals in all competitions for Roma since his arrival. So apparently, Man United are Jose Mourinho has scouted the player in the process as well. And I've got a bit more transfer. News to update you on is about Christian. I think it's Christian. Yes, Christian Pulisic now from Borussia Dortmund. Apparently, Liverpool have showed an interest in the player. Arsenal have showed an interest in Christian Pulisic as well, because obviously Arsenal have got loads of targets, to find a replacement for Sanchez and Mesut Ozil. I presume Ozil's going to be going free next summer. Sanchez is going to be going in January. And Arsenal have looked at quite a few replacements in the process. But I think, this season Christian Pulisic has actually scored, I think he's made 6 appearances. He's scored 2 goals this season so far. And he has provided 1 assist in the process. Christian Pulisic, and I do actually think Borussia Dortmund are top of their league at the I think the top at the current moment. I think the top of the league are Borussia Dortmund, as I said. But yeah, Christian Pulisic, he's only 19 years of age as well, so he can play as attacking mid, he can play as a winger. For Borussia Dortmund, he's Borussia Dortmund. I think this is his third season or something. Is it now in the process? He's made 44 appearances and scored 7 goals as Christian Pulisic. But very very good player from what I can see of him here. He looks a very very good player. Well, let's try and plus this easy. But in his time with Dortmund, in the youth especially, after scoring 10 and assisting 8 in just 15 games with Dortmund youth team as well, and then he was called to join the first team, was Christian Pulisic in the process as well. But a very very good player. He's only 19 years of age. But he did score 10 goals and assisted 8 in just 15 games with the Dortmund youth team, and then he was called into the first team for Borussia Dortmund. So he's risen up the ranks fantastically well. He's a number 10. He's a good dribbler. He's got fantastic genuine pace. His versatility is very very good as well. So he can play as attacking mid. He can play as a winger. Can the player as well in the process. He can play as a winger. So yeah, look, very good player indeed. So Liverpool apparently interested. Arsenal apparently interested. There's quite a few teams that are interested in the player in the process. So we will see what happens with that. Obviously, we know Mesut Ozil, as I said, it looks like, he's going to be leaving Arsenal. As I said, he did say, he was actually keen on reuniting with Jose Mourinho after we used to be together, with Real Madrid. I think he made over a century appearances for Real Madrid. He scored 19 goals and provided 40 odd assists as well. He's a player that's really good at creating chances, is Ozil. He's a player that's really good at providing assists as well. But I think he's keen on seeing out his deal, and then he's going to become a free transfer next summer. In the process is the player as well. He's going to become a free transfer. Mesut Ozil, and he's keen on reuniting with Mourinho, and Mourinho's a big admirer of the player. Arsenal had purchased him £45 million, or was it £42.5 million? Highest paid fee for the German player back in 2013. He was at Real Madrid 3 years. He is now been at Arsenal. This is his 5th season in the process. He's won about 3 FA Cups, just like Alex Sanchez, and he has won a couple of Community Shields, if you want to count that as well. He was also in Bundesliga for 5 years, as I did say about Mesut Ozil as well in the process. But yeah, I do really like him. He's a very good attacking midfielder, very good playmaker. He's Mesut Ozil, it did say, he was demanding a higher wage. He was demanding 250,000 a week. Was Mesut Ozil apparently was demanding £250,000 a week as well. So yeah, Ozil, he does look a very good player, to be quite honest with you. Oh, this is 16 million. I'm still not 100%, as I said, guys, because I have been ill. So yeah, as I was saying, Ozil would be absolutely fantastic. So Man United could still potentially get him. He did confirm there's been no talks of signing Ozil a new deal actually since February apparently, but Wenger had currently dispelled the myth. He's made over a century appearances now for Arsenal in the league. Scored about 24-25 goals, but he's provided a lot of assists as well as Mesut Ozil. Also with Alexis Sanchez, I do keep saying he's going to be leaving Arsenal in January without a doubt. He's been at the club 4 years. He's won a couple of FA Cups, finished 6th season in the process. A couple of FA Cups, as I said, a couple of Community Shields, and it did say PSG, invested a lot of money. They may be willing to offload a couple of their players. Paris Saint-Germain obviously won yesterday. They still need to basically offload a player or two, to avoid financial fair play regulation, considering the amount of money they spent. But apparently it did say they were willing to pay a 9 million signing on fee for Alexis Sanchez to hijack him away from going to Manchester City. He did say Man United have to pay a 25 million signing on fee to get Alexis Sanchez to come to Manchester United as well. We know PSG had been heavily linked to him, had approached Paris Saint-Germain quite a few times. I still presume he could go to Manchester City, you know, as well, to be quite honest with you. He could go to Manchester City because City spent a lot of money in the August window as well. They're playing very good attacking football this season, like Man U are, and they're scoring goals just like Man United are. And they're trying to look to get Sanchez in the mix like Aguero, Gabriel Jesus, and all that as well. But with a fantastic bond, you know, between Pep Guardiola and Sanchez, this is why I still may think he'll go to City. He wants to elevate to that higher level, does Alexis Sanchez. He has featured in a couple of games this season for Arsenal, but he's looking to reunite with Pep Guardiola. As I said, they were fantastic together at Barcelona. He risen up the ranks with underneath. City had a 50 million bid rejected. City had an initial 60 million bid accepted by Arsenal, but obviously Arsenal couldn't find that replacement, so it had all come to a conclusion. And also there were talks about the Raheem Sterling swap deal as well, but that had come to a conclusion because City were reluctant and were actually resisted to offload Raheem Sterling because, you know, he's doing very, very well. I think this is his third season now in the process with Manchester City. I think it is, yeah, with Manchester City's Raheem Sterling. His third season now in the process with Manchester City. He's already scored 5 goals this season for Manchester City. He's doing very well. City have purchased him £49 million a couple of was it a couple of years ago? Yes, a couple of years ago City had purchased him for £49 million, which was a record fee. Then there were talks about being a swap deal. City were going to offer money plus to get Sanchez and Sterling, and Arsenal were going to pay mate weight fee for Raheem Sterling. But it had come to a conclusion. City were reluctant and were resisted. He is up thanks to QPR. You know, he's won Golden Boy Award, he's won Premier League Player of the Month, and he's made over a century appearances now for Manchester City now as Raheem Sterling. So that was never going to happen. Arsenal have got quite a few players on their radars. I've just said there's Pulisic now apparently on the radar. Liverpool have had an interest in Pulisic as well. Also, too, Arsenal have had on the radar. You know, they've had the likes of Dries Mertens from Napoli on their current radar as well. As I said, he's a player, you know, who's been at his 5th season now in the process with Napoli. He's an ex-PSV player. He's skillful. He's good in the air. He's compassive. He's tenacious. He's good at putting balls into the box as well. He's the current player. Very, very good at putting balls into the boxes, the player. But looks very, very good, does this player. He's highly experienced as well, you know, made over 50 appearances for Belgium as well, did the player. Since 2011, he's won Belgian Footballer of the Year. He's made over century appearances now for Napoli. And he did sign a new deal until 2020 in the August window. It did say Arsenal interested, but it come to a conclusion as he signed a new deal in 2020. He may have a release clause of just £27 million, this player. So Arsenal have had an interest in him as well. So Arsenal have got a few players on their current radar as well. What else would I going to say? And also, you know, I think Arsenal, yeah, they've still got that slight interest in Julian Draxler as well. Arsenal have been interested in Julian Draxler. It's reported that Real Madrid are interested in Julian Draxler. Real Madrid are also apparently interested in Pulisic. They've got a few players on the radar of Madrid, but obviously they'll need to offload one of their players. You know, Benzema just signed a new deal with them. I think another player just signed a new deal with them. Isco signed a 5-year deal with them, and I think, you know, they need to offload a player at least if they're going to get, you know, one of their targets in. And Bale's going to be the most favoured to be sacrificed and sanctioned off. But this is basically what's being said. Julian Draxler, you know, is a player that's only been at Paris Saint-Germain since January. Considering he's only been there since January, PSG had signed him for £30 million. He signed a 4-year deal. For Schalke, risen up the ranks very, very well. He made 171 appearances, scored 30 goals. He's earned 37 caps for Germany. He's won quite a few honours as Julian Draxler as well. Last season he made 17 appearances and scored 4 goals in the process, did the player. But he's finding it hard, you know, now to get first team football, you know, considering the amount of money PSG has spent, you know, and got Mbappe in there, you know, especially when they've got Neymar in there as well. Especially when they've got Neymar in there as well, and that's what you've got to take into consideration, guys, as well. But yeah, very good player is Julian Draxler. I do really like him. I think he can play attacking mid. You know, he can play as a winger as well. Can the player, and very good for Germany as well. Is the player is very good for Germany, and also his crossing success was absolutely fantastic last season. Was Julian Draxler as well, but it's apparently that Real Madrid have showed an interest by Arsenal have showed an interest in Julian Draxler. Also to Real Madrid have also showed an interest in Paulo Dybala now from Juventus, who also got an assist yesterday in Juventus' 2-0 win. Apparently, Man United had showed an interest. It did say Man United were willing to put a record fee of £155 million in. It did confirm Edward would have been in discussions with the players' representatives over this. He has got a deal till 2022 with Juventus, but due to that, he has no release clause in this deal, and Man United were prepared to pay £155 million. The Spanish journalists have confirmed basically that Real Madrid actually were interested in Paulo Dybala from Juventus. He's a player that's been at Juventus since 2015, so it's his third season in the process with Juventus. He's made over a century of appearances. He scored 19 goals, assisted 11 in 40 appearances last season, and he has scored 10 goals this season in the process as well as the player. Juventus has signed him for 32 million plus add-ons, which was 8 million, 40 million pound back in 2015, I think. They signed him from... Who was it? I can't remember who they signed him from, but yeah, he's made over a century of appearances for Juventus. He's won quite a few honours as well as the player. He said Barcelona have been interested in the player, but he's a player that's an attacking mid. He's creative, he's good, he's tenacious, he's good in the air. Very skillful player to watch. And probably, one of the best strikers in world football. He's a Paulo Dybala, but he's attacking mid. He can play as a forward as well. He's aggressive and he's good at physical round defenders. He's good at beating opponents. His link-up play is very good. And he did say Real Madrid were interested in him as well. And also, too, as I did update you yesterday about the Antoine Griezmann situation, it did say it's basically now Man United. Man United's number one target is Antoine Griezmann, as it was. During the transfer window, he was our number one target. But especially now that Diego Costa is going to be going to join, going to Atletico Madrid in January, this could now give us more confidence of landing the pursuit of Antoine Griezmann. I think it is now our number one target, to get Antoine Griezmann on the board. He's skillful, he's tenacious, he's compassive, he's an efficient finisher. He's Antoine Griezmann. I do really like the player. He's a player that's got 3 goals now in all competitions this season for the Atletico Madrid. He's a player that signed a new deal back in June. He's a player that scored 28 goals last season, and he'd be fantastic in that number 7 spot. And he has a strong relation with Pogba. Him, Pogba, Lukaku, Rashford, Martial. It'd be absolutely fantastic to see Griezmann there in the mix. He did estimate 6 out of 10, but the only reason we didn't get Griezmann because it all was to do with Atletico Madrid's transfer ban. But Man United apparently are willing to put a fresh bid in the region of around about £88 million, and Jose Mourinho has ordered the board to basically go for Antoine Griezmann, I think, next summer in the process as well. But I think he's had discussion with Diego Simeone. This could be his last season with Atletico Madrid. I thought he was very good in the Euros as well. He's very good for France. He won the league with Real Sociedad, where he's up the ranks as well. Made so many appearances, nearly century appearances with Real Sociedad. Scored about 112, 113 goals for them. And since his time at Atletico Madrid, I think he's been there 3-4 years now, something like that. He's scored... how many goals did he score? I think he's scored now in La Liga, all in all, about 64 goals, 64 goals in over a century appearances in La Liga for Atletico Madrid as Antoine Griezmann as well. But risen up the ranks fantastically well with Real Sociedad. As I said, and he's very good for France, is Griezmann. So apparently now, this is Jose Mourinho's number one target for next summer as well. But it did say Man United are actually interested in 9 goals. Just explained, 1,509 passes last season. I think created 68 chances created. Total shots 90, 11 goals last season. I think he said he produced 5 assists as well. So his overall stats look very, very dramatic to Niaingolan, and he is still only young as well. It's Jose Mourinho sent scouts to watch the current player. He's a very, very good dynamic box-to-box midfielder as well in the process. Oh, what else to update you want today? So yeah, that's really it for the transfer rumours. I've just basically that's really it for the transfer rumours. I've just basically updated you, didn't I, guys, on the match review of the Man United. We'll have the Crystal Palace preview either today or tomorrow as well. But for me, best strikers in the league so far is Lukaku with 10 this season and all. Aguero's fantastic. Morata's doing fantastically well. He proved himself in Italy. Lacazette's very, very good. He's doing well for Arsenal because he proved he was very, very good with Lyon in France. But he's nowhere near in the same calibre as your likes of, Kane, who's won the Golden Boot last couple of years, scored over a century goals for Tottenham, Morata for Chelsea, Lukaku for us. Lacazette's not in the same calibre as them, but still is good in the process. So anyway, guys, that is everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the video, subscribe to my channel as always, and take it easy, and I'll see you later. Bye.